Hello, everybody. I'm Rusty Peace, and this is Railsplitters on the mic. Today, we're talking with Lincoln Memorial University track and field coach Rochelle Black. Coach, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Well, the 2020 season is upon us. You and your team have been in the midst of preseason conditioning and workout for some time now, and I know that it's time to get out there in competition and compete.
Yeah, we've had two meets so far. The first one in December. Typically, I don't put a lot into that one because we've just been doing a lot of general training. We just came back from East Tennessee State. Had a few more people run, but we go to Roanoke in a matter of a week. So that's where I'll see a little bit more of how the team's developed so far. You've
been here several years now, but for reality purposes, track and field here at Lincoln Memorial is still in its infant stages. Tell us a little bit about the returners to both the men's and women's squads this year.
I have been here for a while. This is my fourth year, so I'll speak about the seniors that have been here as long as I have. Kate Zander, she came in, literally walked into my office. I can remember her coming in saying she wanted to run. Usually when a person walks in, I kind of question their sanity, but she's done a very good job. Jordan Crawford, who kind of was the first 400 runner we had here on the women's side. She's done a good job. They both graduate in a matter of months, so sad to see him go, but happy to see them progress. Harrison, a distance runner who just passed the praxis, so he's student teaching right now. He's an Anderson County guy, so fairly local. And then Sam Lloyd Perks, a distance runner. He's not always happy about how he runs, but he's learning to trust the process that Coach Donahue has him going through. So those returners are the ones that stand out, but I'd be an idiot if I don't mention some people like Jalecia, who just got a SAC Runner of the Week. She's a great runner out of Florida. Sometimes drives me crazy, but you know what? That comes with the territory of being a coach. And Morgan Salyers. Morgan's a triple jumper. Last year, she really made some strides, some leaps and bounds, no pun intended. Seeing how she progresses this year is going to be really good to me.
So while you have been here for some time, it's been a short time, but this program has already had national attention on the individual level in the past. How does one as a coach recruit and actually sign players of that caliber that early in a tenure as head coach?
Well, two of them were already here. Tosin was already here, and I was definitely fortunate. Coach Donahue did a good job bringing him in. He was already a conference champion before I arrived. He, along with Karen, the two of them, they did a great job. They didn't like everything we had to do in terms of practice, but they trusted it, and you can see the fruits of their labor. How do we bring people like that in? Hopefully, iron sharpens iron, and people want to be around that. So we bring in young men and women that may be a little under the radar and develop them into what they are right now. Someone that I'm interested in seeing how she develops over the next 2 years right now would be Jerica, but also a freshman, Olivia Scott. Olivia came in, and she was on a great high school team. She, along with a few other girls, basically came in second place by themselves, a foursome. So seeing how she develops over this year and then the next 2 years following, I'm very interested to see how she does, and maybe the things that Jordan and Jerica have started in that 400 group, Olivia can take that a little further in the future.
You somewhat answered my next question, which was tell us about some of the newcomers. So let's move on to the next question. That is, what do you foresee as the biggest challenges for this year's teams and this year's individuals?
We're young. I mean, I mentioned only 4 seniors, and with only having 4 seniors, they do a very good job in terms of leadership, but we have a lot of people that are actually under the age of 20. So we got a lot of, Coach Donahue and I go back and forth, we have a lot of kids. He says young adults, I say kids. But we've got a lot of people that are still growing, both physically and mentally. And trying to keep them on the straight and narrow is a hard thing, regardless of whether a student athlete or just a regular athlete. The thing that I think we really have to overcome is learning that what we do now is going to be different than what we did last year, and for a lot of our freshmen and sophomores, it's going to be very different than what they did in high school. So I never say that what they did was good or bad in high school. I just say it's going to be different. My training style, Coach Donahue's training style, is going to be probably a lot different than what they're used to. And if they trust what we do, they'll buy in fully. If they buy in fully, then they'll see that they are improving.
In your professional opinion, as a former collegiate athlete and, of course, now head coach, what's the most difficult event to compete in track and field?
That's a hard question to ask. It depends on who you ask. If you ask Sam Lloyd Perks what's the hardest event, he might tell you he hates everything under the 3K. But if you go to Jerica, she'll tell you anything over a lap, including running the 400 might be hard. Me personally, I would probably say the 800 is the hardest event to do in track and field. It's 2 laps where you're running at pretty maximal levels. You're running pretty fast for a half a mile. You ask Roberto, you ask Jonathan, you ask Chloe, you ask Unique, they'll tell you when they run that race, it's their event. They love it, but they hate it all the same. I also was a high jumper in college, so anything that involved me running anything over 10 feet, I probably had a problem with.
Okay, well, now we know that you have a career as a comedian if it ever fails as a head coach. All right, so let's downshift a little bit and go back to the squads. Having seen what you've seen from them in the preseason, seen what you've seen last year, et cetera, what do you see as the biggest needs individually for this program?
We got to stay healthy. I don't think that's the same with any program, with any sport. You got to stay healthy. Our sport's a sport where if we are 95% healthy, I may shut you out for a day or two, or maybe even a meet. A lot of people don't like that. I said actually a few days ago, sometimes our pride, our hubris gets us in trouble. So we have to learn that it's okay to make it through a workout on Monday, but it's also okay to say, Coach, today's not a good day for me. I'm not feeling well, because I don't want to sacrifice. I don't want to have you make it through Monday's workout and end up sacrificing that meet towards the end. So being healthy and being smart is something that we have to overcome. Sometimes we do let our pride get the best of us, and I want to do my best to make sure that that doesn't rear its head and get us hurt.
Coach, if you will, give us an insight into the 2020 schedule and what we can expect from the Railsplitter and Lady Railsplitters opponents.
Well, we've got an indoor and outdoor season. Obviously, we're in an indoor season right now. We're going to head to Roanoke in about a week, 8 days. After that, we head back to East Tennessee State. Then we go to VMI. It's going to be a new place for us to go to. It's a bank track, so a lot of them are going to see a little different venue. And then we have our conference championships the very end of February over at JDL in Winston-Salem. Then we start our outdoor season. Our outdoor season is going to be at, let me see, I'll go with the end of it. The end of it is going to be at LR for our conference championships, but we're also going to go to Center College right up the road and Cumberland's. But we'll start out our outdoor season on a spring break trip in Myrtle Beach. So while we will be along the sand, we're also going to have a track meet. We're going to compete. The thing I've been saying the past few weeks and probably the past couple of months is that we're better as a team than what people think. I think we're better than what even some of the people on the team think. But we just actually have to put in the work, continue to put in the work, and that'll show itself. Look, virtually every meet we've gone to since I've been here, we've had school records broken. And part of that's because we're very young, but the records that we are establishing are still very good. Jalecia just broke the school record in the 60, and that puts her, I think, 4th, maybe 5th in the conference. That time will hold up all the way up until the conference championships. Jaden, he almost broke Tosin's record in the 400, and anytime Tosin's name is brought up in a sprint, that's kind of a big deal. Now, we have a freshman who I didn't mention, Sam Peters, who did break one of Tosin's records in the 60. So I think if we actually keep on the trend that we're going now, we're definitely going to do better than what people think.
If I'm a prospective collegiate student athlete, or if I'm a parent of a prospective collegiate student athlete, and I want to know more information about the LMU track and field programs, what do I need to do?
Like anybody else, go online. Right now, if you go online, we have a recruiting questionnaire. You can find that online, and you hit send on that. That goes to myself, and I can distribute that to the entire staff. In addition to that, we have social media. This day and age, social media is a big thing. We have a Twitter page, which I'll be honest, I usually just put something up there when we're at a track meet to kind of give live results, a few quirks here and there. I give credit to Jasher. He's done a good job at keeping tabs of how all the athletics teams do. And then, you know what? Find me online and shoot me an email. My cell phone's usually near me, so shoot me an email or phone call, and I'll get to you as soon as I can.
Well, I can tell you that I don't know his extension right offhand, but if you'd like to contact Coach Black, you can contact the LMU Office of Athletics, and Laura, the administrative assistant there, will be glad to direct you to his number. That number is 423-869-6285. Coach, I want to wish you the best of luck in the next couple of weeks for your competitions, and we look forward to speaking again with you throughout the 2020 season.
Like I said, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Rochelle Black, LMU's track and field coach. I'm Rusty Peace. Thanks for watching Railsplitters on the Mic.